These are the notes for section 5.8 on Pythagorean theorem. So Pythagorean theorem is a formula used to find missing side lengths on right triangles. It only works for right triangles. A right triangle is one that has what's called a right angle. So that sharp corner is called a right angle. It's also sometimes called a square angle, and its measurement is 90 degrees. So the triangles can be different directions, but all right triangles have that sharp corner. No matter which way you draw them, they have that sharp corner. That's the right angle, and that's what makes it a right triangle. And Pythagorean theorem only works if you've got that corner, if you've got a 90-degree angle. So right triangles have three different sides. The two sides coming off of the right angle are called legs. So you've got one leg and another leg, and those are again the two sides coming off of the right angle. Doesn't matter which one's which, leg one, leg two. So the two sides here and here, leg one, leg two. The other side, the slanted longest side on these triangles, that third side, is called a hypotenuse. That's a Greek word, that's why it sounds funny. Hypotenuse. Hypotenuse. It's the third side, and it's always opposite the right angle. So it's always on the other side of the triangle, opposite the right angle. And it's the most important side for what we're going to be doing. So this guy Pythagoras figured out that if you take the length of the first leg and square it, do the same thing to the second leg, square its length, and add those together, it gives you the length of the hypotenuse squared. And he shortened that to a squared plus b squared equals c squared. C is always the hypotenuse. A and B can switch around, leg one, leg two, doesn't matter. But C specifically is always the hypotenuse side. So this is what he figured out. If you have a triangle that has a right angle, let's say one side is 3 meters, one side is 4 meters, and one side is 5 meters. Let's say you measured all of those sides. This equation tells us that one leg squared plus the second leg squared equals the hypotenuse squared. 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16, 5 squared is 25. 9 plus 16 is also 25. So I just wanted to show you what we're talking about when we talk about the leg squared plus the leg squared equals the hypotenuse squared. So this is the Pythagorean theorem, and I will give you that equation on your test, but you need to know how to use it. So let's look at a couple examples. So if I give you a triangle, it has a right angle, and I tell you that one side is 5 inches and another side is 12 inches, but let's say we don't know that third side. The first thing you want to do is label the hypotenuse, side C. Then you can label the legs, side A and side B, doesn't matter. And then you set up your equation, and solve for the missing side. Solve for your missing value. Alright, so we've got 5, 12, and question mark. We need to figure out what side is the hypotenuse. If we go across from the right angle, this side is your hypotenuse. So your question mark is side C. 5 and 12 are your legs, and it doesn't matter which one's A and which one's B. Our equation is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. We know A is 5. We know B is 12. We do not know what C is. 5 squared is 25. 12 squared is 144. You can use your calculator for that. And C squared again is unknown. 25 plus 144 is 169. And that equals C squared. A lot of students stop there, and we're not done yet. From there, we need to unsquare to get the answer. Kind of like the opposite of squaring. The opposite of adding is subtracting. The opposite of multiplying is dividing. The opposite of squaring is called square rooting. Square root. You've probably heard of that before. The square root symbol looks like the division symbol, except it's got a little extra piece to it. It looks like that. And there's a button on your calculator that does that square roots numbers. So if you square root 169 in the calculator, you get 13. And so your answer to the missing side is 13 inches. Alright, I'm going to have you try one. This will be example 2. We've got our triangle. Let's say that we know this side is 7 feet. This side is 24 feet, but we don't know that side. If you could pause the video and try to solve for the missing side. Alright, the first thing you want to do is find side C, find that hypotenuse. Here's a leg. Again, the question mark is your missing side. So A and B are the other two legs. So we have 7 squared plus 24 squared equals C squared. 7 squared is 49. 24 squared is 576. And that equals C squared. 49 plus 576 should give you 625, which equals C squared. And again, we'll use our calculator to square root 625. That should get you 25 for side C. So the answer would be 25 feet.